Secure IQ Server Phase 1 has been introduced in Secure version 3002. In Secure version 3002, Secure IQ Server is an optional install and users can continue to use Crossfire services. In previous releases, Secure 9000 was built as a client-server architecture with functionality similar to a monolithic application. With Secure IQ Server, the business logic is split into individually deployable microservices that are isolated from other microservices by network-based interfaces. We are essentially taking the current source code and putting it into containers to run. The following diagram provides a basic overview of how the Secure IQ server is deployed and how their microservices interact with other software house components. Knowing the details of this architecture is not necessary to complete the installation. Secure IQ Server is built for the Kubernetes platform. Kubernetes is an open source system for automating development, scaling, and management of containerized applications. Kubernetes runs on a cluster of computers that are known as nodes. Each Secure IQ Server microservice is delivered as a container and deployed on the Kubernetes cluster. Kubernetes determines which nodes the individual microservices run on. For Secure IQ Server version 3002, microservices cluster supports only one node. The node can be a single Linux virtual machine or a physical server running Red Hat Enterprise Linux version 7. A Secure IQ server architecture compared to client-server architecture provides many advantages, including faster software deployment, there are smaller and more frequent updates, scalable, microservices scales to handle a large number of services and devices, resilient, it is more resilient to failures, errors, and software upgrades, improved security, processes and business domains are isolated into their own containers. The Secure IQ Server Phase 1 installation is targeted for an air-gapped environment. In an air-gapped environment, there is no connectivity to the internet. This does not mean the Secure IQ Server cannot be installed on a system that has connectivity to the internet. It simply means the Secure IQ Server won't pull the container images from the internet, therefore it does not require an internet connection. The Secure IQ Server installation archive file must be loaded onto a single Linux VM or physical server running Red Hat Enterprise Linux version 7. This physical or virtual machine must be dedicated to running Secure IQ Server. You must ensure that no other software is using the same server. The automated install archive file will handle the install of Kubernetes and Harbor. Harbor, an open source registry, will be installed from the extracted archive file and will be used to install the microservices on the node. This is the only configuration supported for the first Secure IQ server release. For future Secure releases, we plan to support other Linux distributions and versions. Secure IQ server will deploy the iStar driver, the authentication service, and notification service, scaling iStars beyond the current single server limit. The notification services, an internal-only service, can handle the additional traffic, preventing the bulk update issue from occurring. Only iStars that connect using TLS 1.3 can connect, which includes the Ultra G2, Ultra, only if the firmware version is 6.9 or higher, and Edge 2. The Pro must connect to the legacy iStar driver running on Crossfire. When Crossfire retires, the legacy iStar driver can run as a Windows service as a remote client. Professional services will be required to assist with the installation and support as the Secure IQ server is currently only managed via Kubernetes in Phase 1.